Hi, everybody. Hello, Sugar Bears. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel and watching my videos and all that good jazzy jizz. I am Leo Brown, and once again, I'm back. I know it's been a minute, but I wanted to come on and talk about something that I didn't really realize until yesterday. And this is kind of a self-realization moment, and I thought to share it with all of you. First, before I begin, make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure you subscribe so you can become a part of the Sugar Bear family. If you are new, welcome. And if you are old, welcome. So, what I want to talk about is something that a great girlfriend of mine, I call her my daughter, Miss Aaliyah, also known as Melanated Crowns. If you are in the YouTube streets and you know about Melanated Crowns, you know that she's also about uplifting, empowering, and really helping the African American woman or women in general. But the other day we were talking, and she was like, mother, in her thick New York accent, she was like, mother, why don't you do more with your channel? And I was like, well, daughter, I don't really, not that, and let me make this clear. Not that I don't care about you guys, because that's not true. I think you guys are awesome. But I'm like, but what if I do this? What if I, do more of my channel and it becomes huge and I can't handle it? And she said something that was really profound. She was like, so you don't have a fear of failure, you have a fear of success, of succeeding. And I was like, after the call concluded, because we talked for hours, honey. Like when she and I talk, we have fun, we keep. And excuse me, once I thought about it, I was like, she's right. I do have a fear of not failing. I don't have a fear of failing because, I mean, hey, I've fallen on my face and broken my nose plenty of times. But to succeed in something that I love to do, like I love talking, as you guys can tell. I love being on camera, typical Leo. I love helping people. I love what I do. But I also think in my head, well, what if I do it and I become this, like it becomes huge. Like what I do becomes bigger than myself and I can't rein it in. And I think that's where a lot of my fear comes from. And the one thing that she really helped me to understand is that oftentimes you have to get out of your own way. And even though, mind you, I know this, right? You would think I've been on this planet for 40 years, that I would know that. I do know it. But I think knowing something and executing it are two different things. So one of the main reasons why I wanted to come on here and talk about it was because I was like, maybe I'm not the only one going through this, and maybe it'll help somebody, you know, because I like, for me, it really is a constant battle to get in front of a camera, to get my stuff together, visually, to look presentable, quote unquote, and to be consistent. It really is a lot because I'm like, okay, not only am I trying to run a channel, but I'm trying to run a business. I'm trying to make sure that, my clients are taken care of, that I have, that I'm taking care of, that I'm putting myself first, things like that. And I often feel like, well, something's got to give, like how can I balance the two? And then just even making time for just being on my own, being with myself. I often am like, well, dang, But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I do want to do more things with not just with YouTube itself, but with my business. I am so tempted to say my brand, but with my business. And I want to expound and expand and help more people. And the conversation that she and I had, it really struck a nerve. Like when I tell you, honey, she read me down. So this video is dedicated to her because she really even though she wasn't trying to do it, she low-key did it for me. But I think it was needed because I often feel like though I am maturing, I am always learning. You know what I mean? You're never too old to learn. You're never too old to grow. You're never too old to evolve. And when we had this conversation, she really made me look at myself and go like, because she said, this is what she said. She said, I believe that you can work on yourself and work on your business at the same, like two things, like she always says it. She says it in her videos. I honestly feel like that really should be her tagline. Two things can coexist. She says it all the time. And she said it. She was like, when you can, because I was telling her one of the reasons why I don't do a lot with my YouTube or I don't expand my business the way I would like to is because, I'm like, but it's a lot of work. And then I'm trying to work on myself and da da da. And she was like, but you can do both. Like, if you have time to get up in the morning, exercise, eat right, eat healthy, you can do this too. Like, it's not hard. And so when she said that, it just struck a chord. And I was like, you know what? Though I may not want to hear it, she's right. But it also is making me face my fear of not just succeeding, but I think of being just vulnerable. Because you got to understand, when you're in front of this camera, it's just you, and mind you, it's controlled content, but you still are showing aspects and sides of yourself that you normally would show. You know what I mean? And I want to do, more celebrity readings and, I want to expand and do more, but at the same time, I'm like, but do I really feel like being that open and being that vulnerable? Yes, it is a business side of self, but still it's a lot. You know what I mean? And that's what it really made me think about. But really in the, when I think about it, I'm like, but this isn't really that hard. You can still do it. You just have to get out of your own way and stop allowing. And that was one thing that she said too. She was like, I think you just allow fear to hold you back. And I do. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't. I'm being totally transparent. I allow fear to hold me back from a lot of things, not just from this, but from, oh God, I mean, I could go into a list of things. And you would think with what I present to people that know me, to people that don't know me, that I don't fear a lot, but I do. I have a lot of fears. I have a lot of flaws, and I'm working on them and through them and with them. But I realize this is one of them, just to get on here and be committed to being consistent, doing things, sharing my points of view, even if people don't agree with it, having people talk, because that's the thing about it. When you're doing YouTube channels, you're opening yourself up to the entire world. Even if one person watches your video, that one person has access to you. And that can be a lot for me. That's a lot. Because like I'll just be like, well, this is what I agree with. And if you don't agree with it, fine. But then I could have like 5 people agree with me, but that one person, I'll be like, you know what I mean? And I'll think about it. So, she said a lot of profound things, like a lot. But I have to tell you, it helped me realize, like, wait a minute, if I really want to be where I want to be in life, not just within the YouTube streets or whatever, but just in life in general, I have to be scared and go through it anyway. Because growing up in the Deep South, I was always taught that the only way over is through. And here is me doing it, me starting to make a commitment to like, okay, well, if you can't do an hour-long video, you can at least do a video for 10 minutes. You can talk about things that's why if you notice on my community board, I've been asking questions. I've been wanting people to, talk to me about their experience, because this for me isn't just about me rambling on. This is a community, it's a family. So I want people to be able to come to me and say, Leo, I've had issues with clairvoyance and clairaudience and, mediumship abilities. And, I have issues with setting proper boundaries, because I really do believe that everybody, in my opinion, I feel like everybody is like looking in the mirror. You know what I mean? I may not be where you are, but I may go where you are at one point. I may get there. I may um I may be able to relate to where you've been. You know what I mean? And where you're going. So I never want to feel like I'm grand or I'm above and you're below. Like, no, that's not the way this works. Not for me. So yeah, I just wanted to share that. I wanted to share that with you. And I actually want to know from all of you, do you suffer from this? Do you suffer from a fear, not only a fear of failure, but a fear of succeeding? Like, is that a thing for you? Let me know in the comments. If it's a thing for you, let me know. And how does it affect your life? How does it, you know, take hold? And in what way? What aspects of your life? Because it could be different things. It could be your relationships. It could be your money. It could be just you. What is it that's holding you back from pursuing the life or the whatever that you want to have happen. So, share that with me if you can. Leave your comments below. I do read them. I may not always respond, but I do read them. I do read my comments. But I wanted to come on and share that with y'all. And before I go, I have to thank Melanie Crowns. If you are not a member of her YouTube community, give her go to her channel. I gotta tell you, for someone who is so young, because she's 25, and for someone who's so young, she's extremely wise. And I would definitely say go to her. She's awesome. She's another one who's a wonderful intuitive, and a great teacher. I mean, I learned from her, and hopefully she learns from me. So I thank you guys so much for watching, for commenting, for liking, for subscribing. And until next time, my darlings, my sugar bears, it is me, Leo Brown. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.